Что ж, привет, народ, и мы продолжаем. Нам нужно понять, что с Холмсом. Да, надо понять, что такое. Так, изменить путь, считаю удар в течение 10 секунд. А, это как, держать, что ли, нужно? Че, понятно, нужно считать, как они появляются.
A weak pulse, around 50 beats per minute.
Да, маловато будет. Хотя у меня тоже такое бывает, ничего. Даже как-то легче становится, давление
повышается. But you're dying,
понижается.
Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't tell me that you did this to yourself.
Конечно же, он сам себя отравил.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
A good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. I'm glad to find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one.
Взял, встал,
Brought in
пошел.
2 young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but... what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic. Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes, and these 2 young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
А вас он такой смотрит, а ну да, это Холмс, все нормально. Так, бани на Стрэндлейн. Ну идем в бане, будем мыться там, будем банить там всяких, не знаю кого. О, да, контроллер, кстати, забыл подключить. Ну да, в любом случае не будет работать. Пока игру не перезапущу, ну, не выйду в меню, так сказать, в основное. Что? А, не, заработал. Загрузки хватило.
Beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Да, потому что воняет.
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the city council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see. You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All 3 witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see. Was there anyone else here? apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He'll be able to give you more details.
Так, смотреть место преступления, римские бани, найти орудие убийства. О, черт, довольно много заданий. Ничего, справимся, нам не впервые. Это одна из нужных нам дверей.
Expensive clothes, belonging to one of the men from the steam room.
Шампанское.
Champagne, for a special occasion.
Мне кажется, обычное дело среди богачей. Там в римскую парилку же абы кто не пойдет.
Unopened. It was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session.
Что, я смотрел до конца? Видимо, нет.
An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled.
Так, хорошо, мы осмотрели закрытое шампанское.
These clothes belonging to one of the suspects.
И та самая парилка. Ему глаз выкололи, походу.
Lord Holmes.
Ah, death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
Будем осматривать.
There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session. The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large.
Может, еще где-то пробоина. Лицо. Правая рука еще мы не полностью ее осмотрели.
Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample.
Еще нет, что ли? Если мы видели кольцо,
Death is
запястье.
very recent. Between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
I think we have found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Это да.
Holmes, please have the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry, or he is an artist, or a ghost, or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous. Do you know that?
Я думаю, Холмс обо всем знает, это же Холмс.
I should check this blood sample at Baker Street. This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it.
Интересно, у Холмса есть те герметичные пакетики, с которыми обычно ходит полиция?
The grid cannot be removed. With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Ну, все понятно.
The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. It is too hot. I cannot reach into it. I will need something to pick up this melted metal. The weapon is nowhere to be found.
Требуется какой-то предмет.
It's horrible. So Rodney, he's...
It's horrible.
I'm in shock. I don't want to talk.
Mr. Holmes?
Давайте отсюда выйду. Это вообще выход?
Frigidarium.
Попробуем пойти еще сюда. Просто изучим, ребята, территорию, раз мы здесь. Странно, завалило.
Are you all right? I wonder how this could have happened.
Yes, it is somewhat treacherous. Fortunately, I am unscathed. To where does this corridor lead?
To the Frigidarium, the coal room.
Barely unscathed and by a very small margin. And treacherous is an understatement. Those stones weigh tons. We won't move them.
It does not matter. If our investigation requires it, we shall ask for them to be removed.
Это что, такой намек, что типа рано или поздно попадем, и в итоге, так сказать, вся правда будет за камнями. Ну ладно.
This area serves as Sir Rodney Bentcliffe's workshop.
Mr. Holmes?
Это их любимая фраза. Мистер Филлипс. Первый человек, с
Good day to
которым
you,
мы
Mr.
поговорим.
Phillips. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
Ну, давай, рассказывай. Хотя нет, пока рассказывать что. Небольшие морщины. Сержант сам живет один. Сейчас тут еще есть Манчестер, блестящий путь, щепетильный. Сегодняшние телеграммы. Не-не, все, мы все уже сделали. А, черт, нет, просто надо А нажимать, я не знаю, что это. Запамятовал уже поздно.
Please tell us the chain of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentlemen had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
What happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
Да, я это слышал.
How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now. which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared. I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
No, sir, I did not.
Утренняя телеграмма, окровавленный ключ, образец земли. Утренняя телеграмма.
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office, where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes, it's I'll tell you everything. I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or our mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see. There is a bottle of champagne on ice in the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important?
Каждая деталь имеет значение. Это так, ребята, говорю для вас.
Any progress, Mr. Holmes?
Мне кажется, надо попробовать поговорить со свидетелями.
I can't understand what happened.
Чьи-то очки. Чем разбиты.
One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier. These lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted.
Так, давайте посмотрим на наши задачи. Так, хорошо, мы осмотрели еще не все. Значит. Давайте попробуем снова повернуть.
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Мне просто интересно, чего я могу этим добиться. Я пока что не вижу результата. Даже давайте отправимся и проанализируем то, что мы нашли, собственно говоря, дома в более прохладной обстановке. Знаете, самое лучшее в дома в прохладной обстановке. Просто я сегодня выходила поесть бюргер в одно довольно такое, ну не то что известное место, но вот там очередь, блин, полчаса стоял, ждал. В какой-то момент даже жалею, что пошел, но не, в принципе, хорошая была прогулка, интересно, так весело. Иногда выйти куда-то с друзьями
On the
можно.
sofa for the third time today. Well, don't be surprised if Watson sits on you again.
Кровь, посмотреть, использовать грязь. Не, исследовать ее. Фокус вверх.
Selenite. Pyrite, otherwise known as fool's gold.
А, да, перед золото для дураков, помню это.
Pyra.
Селенитый, о, еще что чисто.
White clay particles. Interesting. According to the color and its composition, I deduce that this sample is white clay. Now, I need to find which area near London this sample belongs to.
Так, это...
The sample of dirt belongs to the White London Clay region, located near the city of St. Albans. Let us analyze this blood sample.
Да, посмотрим, что же дает. Так, пероксид.
This blood has not coagulated well. It seems very liquid. That is strange. Let us see what is inside it. Hydrogen peroxide will bring any foreign matter to the surface. I must take a pipette and place several drops of hydrogen peroxide.
Хорошо, взять пипетку. Пробуем.
Water.
Что это нам дает?
This blood is heavily diluted with water.
Я так и думал, кстати, слишком ее много. С водой. А кому же это
My
могло
analysis
потребоваться?
table. It is useful for my work. My archive. I can...
Тут нам делать нечего, в принципе,
This is where
письма.
I keep my post.
Ватсон, тут машинка. Я просто решил снова зайти и все посмотреть. Хорошо, давайте вернемся в бане, так как у нас кое-что мы изучили, ребята. Попробуем в банях теперь искать дальше какие-нибудь подсказки, что ли. Какой-нибудь детективный анализ, выводы есть? Разжиженная кровь, шампанское. Нет, это ни к чему не ведет.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Попытаемся поговорить с Лестрейдом, может быть. Ну, у нас есть
Mr. Holmes,
какие-то зацепки.
I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
Нет возражений, подождите.
Please wait. I need to do something first.
These baths are becoming sinister.
Да нет, давайте, пусть везет. Мне делать больше нечего, как мне кажется.
Mr. Holmes.
None, Lestrade.
Так, позвонили сидят Скотланд-Ярд, на них чешется оружие. Я бы сразу тебя осмотрел. Сюда мы попасть еще не можем. Я бы сразу тебя осмотрел тот металл, который лежал там, но не получается, к сожалению.
The brazier is still burning. The heat hit.
И пока у нас его нет, и где его искать, я без понятия. Что ж, отправляемся в Скотланд-Ярд, попробуем, может быть, в вещах подозреваемых есть какой-нибудь крайне полезный предмет. Так, ну до сих пор неизвестно, кто его принес. Жертва разведена водой. Я могу придумать еще одну причину того, к чему могут вести вот все эти подсказки, но пока ни к чему.
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Да, будем допрашивать вас, голубки мои.
Good day to you, Sir Gregory. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder that took place this morning. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Tell me, Mr. Holmes, will I need to stay here for very much longer?
Так, осмотр для начала. Заносчивый взгляд. Это я заметил. И не только взгляд заносчивый. Форма рта, презрение. Аристократические корни. Богат.
You are the manager of the baths, is that correct?
Yes. I'm passionate about archaeology. I wanted to restore the ruins. My ambition is to open the baths to the public. Living archaeology can be a profitable business, although now I'm not so sure.
I see. When do you wish to begin using the baths?
When the archaeological researches are over, I will be free to complete the restoration. It is the usual process.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney Bentcliffe?
We were not particularly close. He had an unpleasant temperament. Suspicious, authoritarian, unkind. People possessed by genius may be forgiven for their nature, but not by me.
Was he obstructive?
Not at all. Everything he did led us to greater success. He helped us increase the potential of the building.
Ну, это хорошо, потенциал помогал
Please
раскрывать.
tell me what happened this morning.
The test that we performed this morning was a success. The steam was working well. But then, of course, that awful murder.
What did you see?
The steam was too thick to see anything. But ask Garrow. He saw the body first.
Спрошу.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Look, I'm not a suspicious fellow, but I think that he had professional interests elsewhere that he did not wish us to know about.
Why should you think that? Where?
I have no idea. But after all, it was not my business.
Ну, возможно, это было не твое дело. Я не знаю, он подозрительный чувак, но мне кажется,
Did you
что он не
bring a
виноват.
bottle of champagne to the baths?
Absolutely not. Sir Rodney did, I think.
Что там пока все на всех остальных варят. Ну ладно, поговорим с ними. Мистер Гарроу, мистер
Please
Блинкорн.
escort this.
Да, я знаю, сопроводить его.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. My name is Percival Blinkhorn.
Что ж, ребята, продолжим уже в следующей части, так что ждите. Надеюсь, вы довольны.